Hi, welcome to Pandora's Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of January 2016. Happy New Year, everyone. Please remember to check your rising sign and your moon sign. As I always say, it will allow you to have a better understanding of the energies that will be available to you. Let's start with this reading right here. You have in the challenge position the Four of Swords. This is a card that represents rest. It represents also having time out to meditate. It could be rest due to an illness, or because you're taking time out, after the holidays to actually rest from the holidays. That could be it. Also, remember that we talked a lot about in the December readings about tying up loose ends so you can start on a new path, and it looks like you have been doing that, and you take some tiny vacation in the late December, early January, with the holidays, so you can start fresh the new year. And the month of January is also about gaining inertia, to get moving again. So you have in the center of the reading the card that represents the fire signs. So the Nine of Wands is someone who represents, like I said, the fire signs, so Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. I believe this card represents you. You are the center of your reading. You are the center of your month, Sagittarius, especially if you're a woman, I have to say, because there's a lot of child related energy and a lot of giving birth. So this month is all about you, because I believe if you are about to give birth, it will, the birth will happen at the end of the month of January. So January is all about you. But coming up with this Knight of Wands comes up the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card that represents someone who has fought many battles, but he still has more battles to fight. The war is not over, in a sense. This is not someone who is relaxed, and this translates into everyday life. The Wands is the fire element, so it's all the creative things. This translates into being able to again, this thing of it, I get the feeling of this thing of tying loose ends, of cleaning up everything, of in the case, the more clear example I have here is the giving birth to a baby. You are basically just putting together everything to have everything ready so you can receive the baby, and you don't have to worry about anything once the baby has born or has arrived, in the case of those of you who are adopted. For those of you who are trying to launch a business, say you're trying to start a website, well, you're fixing little things every day throughout the month of January, so it gets ready to launch by the end. Okay. In the position of the things you cannot change, you have the Page of Swords, which represents the air signs, so Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And these are messengers. They are also represent children. So for those of you who are giving birth, you have the Empress here. I'm jumping ahead, but you have the Empress here, who means it's the biggest mother figure of the tarot. So this really represents your child, because by the end of January, giving birth by the end of January, is the sign of Aquarius, which is an air sign. And the Page of Swords also comes up with the Star, and the Star is the card that represents Aquarius. So this really talks about your child. If you think you're giving birth, I don't know, say you're a couple of weeks short and you're giving birth, they give you a date for mid-February, well, get ready earlier because he might come sooner, he or she. If this means also that your child will be very, the Page of Swords is someone who is facing the wind. He has nothing to hide, so it's going to be a very honest child, and a very, someone who will tell you a few truths here and there, and you will have to go like, oh, okay, well, thank you. So because they have that capacity, to just say something, and that they change the way you look at things. Coming up with the star, like I said, the sign of Aquarius. It's also a card that represents achieving your dreams, and it's also a card that it's related to having a lot of hope. So launching this business, having this baby, achieving this, giving birth to whatever it is that you're giving birth, or whoever it is that you're giving birth to, it will be a form of making one of your dreams come true. And this starts you on a new path. This is a card that you have in the position of the help that you're going to receive. The Fool. The Fool is the card number 0. It's a new path that unfolds in front of you. And the Fool has the innocence of a child. So you're going to be starting on a very happy road. You're going to be starting on a new path, certainly. By the end of January, you have the Empress. Like I said before, the Empress is the biggest mother figure of the tarot, and everything that is around her has, she is a nurturer, So you have the nature around her has bloomed, or everything that she has planted has blossomed. So the mother figure of the Empress here, in some decks she's pregnant, not in this one, but she also represents all the beautiful things and the arts, things related to Venus. So any kind of creative project that you're working on will finally be able to be launched by the end of January. January is a month to finally tie up everything and be really ready to give birth, whether it's literally or figuratively speaking, you will be giving birth by the end of January. So just get ready, okay? Because it will be also a very fulfilling and a very happy road, the one that you're embarking on. So I hope, Sagittarius, that this is helpful. I want to thank everyone who watches and likes and comments. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Once again, Happy New Year, and I will see you next month. Take care.